Hey Crosswatchers for Pisces, welcome to your general Crosswatcher edition for, what is this, September 2019. We're going to see what's coming up for those of you curious about a Pisces. Guys, keep in mind, this is not done in the spirit of spying or throwing shade or spilling tea or whatever the cool kids say these days. This is about bringing in healing. This is about bringing in high positive vibrations and benefiting everyone involved, including Pisces. We don't do hate on this channel. I don't want to hear your zodiac hate, okay? So we're going to see what's going on with anybody who has curiosity about a Pisces, dealing with a Pisces, what they need to know about a Pisces. We're going to go ahead and go from there. Okay. One, two, three, four, five. Oh, this is interesting because I shuffled like crazy. And Libra just got this card, and they got it in the same exact place as you. So, you may be dealing with a Libra. Not only because this is an air sign. Oh, no, you're not dealing with Libra. Pisces may be dealing with a Libra, is what I'm saying. I don't know. Yeah, Crosswatcher, you may be a Libra. Okay, so, not necessarily. You could be a Gemini, you could be an Aquarius, or you might not be any air sign. So this is, or your Pisces may have some air in their chart, and the air in their chart might be coming up, okay? The thing is, Pisces can be usually very, very emotional, and I don't mean it in a negative way. I don't know why when I say certain things, certain people get really worked up. If it's making you that angry, you might want to examine why it's making you so angry. I'm not saying you're too emotional, so if you're hearing me say you're too emotional and you're getting really emotional about it, you might want to examine that if you're a Pisces that's watching. But Pisces, I love Pisces. I have lots of friends who are Pisces. I adore Pisces. So I'm not saying it in like a mean way about Pisces. But Pisces can be really in their feelings. And so for that reason, your Pisces in September might be trying to get more into the element of their thought. They might be more trying to get on the element of, let me take a moment, let me think this out, let me figure out what's going to happen here, let me think a little bit more without reacting. So I feel some of you might be dealing with a Pisces that maybe in the past was quick to react to certain situations, or they'd be quick to maybe get hurt, and that's something that they're working on now, or that's something that they're mastering. Like, they don't want to be quick to get hurt, or they don't want to just jump to conclusions or react. And so I feel for that reason, some of you are dealing with a Pisces that's taking longer to get back to you. It's not that they're brushing you off. It's not that they're ignoring you. Like, they're really thinking about what they're going to say. And it's not like they're thinking about what they're going to say because they're mad at you. But they're just like, let me just not, like, they might be getting feelings catching really quick. And they might be like, okay, let me just slow it down. Like, they might be happy to see that you called them. They might be happy to see your number on their phone, but they might be like, texting them, but they just might be like, okay, let me slow this down. Let me slow this down so that my feelings don't get all crazy. Let me use my logic here. I also feel with this Queen of Swords card here, some of you are dealing with a Pisces that's very focused on some goals right now. And I feel like they have a lot of people in their life that's like just bugging them. I don't think you're bugging them, Crosswatcher, but I feel there's like their friends or their family. It's always, hey Pisces, oh, I had such a horrible day. Oh, Pisces, my boss is being such a jerk. Oh, Pisces, just always like kind of coming to them to vent or ask for advice or ask for help. And Pisces is just like, dude, I need to focus on my goals right now. So they might also be very busy with those kinds of things. I feel like your Pisces is trying really hard to get organized. okay? Organize their thoughts, organize their feelings, work towards their goals. So they're gonna be short. In this way, I feel like they're gonna be short in their responses or short in their interactions, or even like if you all get together and go out, they might not want to be out too late. And again, it's not about not liking you. I just feel like they're trying to be in the energy of moderation. Like they're just trying to keep things moderate. That's what it feels like to me. Next is, ooh, the Death card. Dun, dun, dun. People get scared when they see this card, and I don't think you should be scared to see this card. I see this card coming up when really great things happen. Okay. And so I feel like you all are dealing with a situation here where, and I'm trying to think that did are you guys getting the same cards as Leo, as Libra? No, I think this came up for Leo. No, I don't think this came up for Libra. Um, no, it didn't. So I feel like you guys are getting this card here because Crosswatcher, you may be a Scorpio. Okay, so you might be bringing something to Pisces here with that Scorpio element that is kind of mirroring for them. Okay, I'm not saying this in a mean way, but or like in a negative way, but you know, Scorpios, and I can say this because I'm a Scorpio. So if you're cross watching and you're a Scorpio, don't get all mad at me and tell me that I don't understand Scorpios. I am a Scorpio. I'm the quintessential Scorpio, okay? But you know, Scorpios can be very deep in their emotions and they can come off very intense sometimes. So I feel for that reason too, if you are a Scorpio dealing with a Pisces, your Pisces may be like, whoa, like if I let myself go with this, like I'm just gonna drive myself mad. I'm gonna get too wrapped up in my feelings. I'm gonna get too wrapped up in this connection. And they're trying to take it slow. They're trying to take it slow. Maybe you're not a Scorpio, okay? But this card is a major arcana card, so it does tell us that there's a big crossroads here. And for me, when the major arcana cards come up in a reading between two people, it means you all have a contract or a reason why you met. And for me, when the Death card comes up between two people, it tells me that after this relationship, you guys are not going to be the same again. Okay? It can indicate that, and somebody's going to get smart and say, no, it means the end of a cycle. Well, yeah, it means an end of a cycle, but you all meeting is causing the end of certain cycles. You all are activating each other in some way where you're ending cycles, okay? So I want to clarify that. And this card has not come up for all of the signs, but it's come up for quite a few. So I do feel something is happening in the collective energy, especially, and I know we're just barely going to go into Virgo season, then we're going to have Libra season. I know we're not quite into Scorpio season yet, but something about going into the fall is a time when people really start examining like what needs to be released. People get heavy in their feelings. All right. So already this might be an intense connection, but I feel like a lot of people are having this intense kind of like, you know, what's not working for me energy coming up. And so between you and Pisces, Crosswatcher, there's gonna be those elements. All right. This card is coming up for a lot of the signs. So I feel there's something inevitable in the collective consciousness or the collective energy about letting go what no longer works for you and coming into that beautiful rebirth, that phoenix energy. Okay, so Crosswatcher, next here, we've got Knight of Swords. Lots of air. Lots of air. Lots of air here so far. We're looking at a water sign, but we have lots of air. Lots and lots of air. So if you're an air sign, this is telling me, be cautious that you are not taking over the relationship, or Pisces might feel, maybe you're not doing it intentionally, or maybe that's not what you're doing. Pisces may feel a little overwhelmed, okay? Especially with that Death card coming up. Pisces may feel a little overwhelmed by some intensity, okay? Or some ideas. It could also be where Pisces is trying to figure themselves out right now, and you might be someone where you're trying to give them ideas. You're trying to give them direction. You're telling them who's not good for them, who's toxic, who needs to go, you know, what they should do at work, what they should do for school or majoring or whatever. You might be coming at them with a lot of suggestions and recommendations simply because you care about Pisces and you know that maybe people take advantage of Pisces. So you're wanting to step up and be a protector, regardless of whatever your zodiac sign is. They might be seeing this as the Knight of Swords. Okay? Knight of Swords energy is somebody that means well, but they can be super opinionated. And it can come off in the way where it's like, my way is the only right way, and you're gonna do what I'm telling you to do, right? And you might not mean it that way. You're just like, you really care. You really want to help. You might feel like, oh man, Pisces isn't understanding why I'm saying this, or Pisces isn't understanding why this is a good idea. And Pisces might not be understanding you correctly, and they might be taking it as like, oh wow, like, you know, Crosswatcher really is kind of becoming a little controlling. And you're not trying to be controlling because you care. You're trying to help. You're trying to look out for them. So my advice to you, Crosswatcher, is Pisces, I think, just needs to figure some things out on their own. That doesn't mean they don't want to spend time with you, okay? It does mean, I feel like I said, they're going to be, you know, like a little like limiting their time. They're going to schedule their time. Like, so if they say, oh yeah, you know, we can go out for coffee or we can go out for drinks, you know, they're not going to want that to turn into an all-nighter unless that's already planned ahead of time. You know, if you guys are there where you're going to like, you know, spend extended periods of time together. So this, again, does not mean they don't like you. It doesn't mean that they're not into you. It just means they have a lot of other things they're trying to handle right now. And they're trying to figure themselves out. And even though you're coming from a good place, you know, like they might just feel a little overwhelmed with all the ideas and all the suggestions. So just keep that in mind, my dears. Next, we have Queen of Wands. So this is very fiery, very passionate energy, okay? It could be that, you know, some of you are dealing with a Pisces who is trying to make up their mind about you. They might feel like, you know, are you seeing them as like a passionate, sexy hookup kind of situation? Or are you seeing them as something more? You know, some of you, there could be very intense physical connection that's just kind of becoming stronger as the month goes by. And some of you, you know, you might be this Queen of Wands, or you might be in that kind of energy. You might be coming in with this really fiery kind of energy, this really sexy energy, right? And they might just be like, you know, tempted by you, very tempted by you. I feel, and some of you are not going to like me saying this, but I'm feeling it and I have to say it. I feel like some of you Crosswatchers, so not all of you, some of you are watching because of a Pisces that's in a relationship and you feel like they're with someone who's bad news for them. And you may be right. I'm not going to sit here and, you know, say that you're not right or you don't know what you're talking about. You may be correct that this person might be with a very toxic person, or their relationship might be karmic in a very bad way, and you might be trying to look out for them and help them with that. But they're not in a place, if that's the case, if you're dealing with a Pisces who's married, and it doesn't matter if it's a male or a female, but if you're dealing with a Pisces who's married, they may be seeing you as more of like a temptation or more of like a lover situation. They may be really trying to keep their emotions out of it, right? And that might be why we have so many air cards coming in, or sword cards coming in. They may be really trying very hard to keep their emotions out of it, because they're telling themselves, right, that they're going to keep on the path that they're on right now. And you might be like saying, look, Pisces, this is bad news for you. This is a bad situation. This person's toxic. This person's abusive. You may be right, but that's not sinking in for Pisces. And you need to give Pisces time to figure that out on their own. If you can give them time to figure it out on their own, chances are they will. But if they keep hearing it from you, they're going to just close off and be like, I don't want to hear that anymore. And they're not going to pay attention to it, right? The seed has been planted. Now you got to let them figure it out on their own. You got to let them like examine for themselves, is this true or not. So Queen of Wands, to me, like I said, it's a very passionate energy. There may be a very strong sexual connection, right? And this is coming up for some of you, not all of you, Crosswatcher. If you're dealing with a Pisces where you're trying to convince them that they're in a karmic situation or in a karmic relationship, and if you start pulling up all these videos on YouTube about karmic relationships and toxic relationships and readings, and see, like this one's for you and that one's for you, oh, that proves that this is karmic, I feel like it's going to have the opposite effect. I'm just giving you a heads up. If you've already done that, don't panic. I'm not telling you it's too late. I'm just saying don't do it anymore. Let it cool down, sweep it under the rug, let some time go by, and let this person figure out on their own that it's toxic or karmic, instead of trying to convince them. I know you're trying to help, but it might have the opposite effect if that's what you're doing. That just came in to tell you right now. Okay, for other ones of you, this person might have a lot of passion for you and they're trying to cool it down, because Queen of Wands, like I said, lots of passion, and they see you as a queen, like they want to respect you, right? But so they might be trying to keep a little bit of a distance or take things slow because they want you so bad, right? There could be that element as well. And when I'm saying they might see you as a queen, I should also say king, because some of you maybe are male or identify as male, but they're just seeing you as this object of just beautiful passion, and they're wanting to be respectful, and they're wanting to not, rush in or to turn this into something that might be seen later as something very cheap or tawdry, like they want to avoid that. Next, we have Two of Wands. So I do feel like a lot of you are watching for a Pisces that's got to make a decision here. They might be contemplating between you and somebody from the past, or they may just be contemplating if they're ready for this relationship. I'm going to be flat out honest with you, Crosswatcher. I feel some of you are dealing with a Pisces where they just kind of feel like you might be too much to handle. Like you might be more than they can handle or more than they're ready for, like in terms of intensity. And they might sense that you just want to come in and really love them, but like it just, like they don't know if they're ready. They don't know if they're ready for that. And I think it's because they know that they get so emotional. They know that they get so involved and they get so invested. And they might just be like, am I really ready to do this? Am I really ready to be with somebody? Like, because they feel like they can be intense and you're coming in and you feel intense and they're just trying to figure out if they're ready for this. And the more you push them, the more you try to convince them that, oh yeah, you're ready, and oh yeah, I'm right for you, the more they're going to pull away, okay? You've got to treat this like a little frightened squirrel, okay? You cannot run up to a squirrel and say, hey, squirrel, I've got some peanuts for you. Hey, look what I have. And chase after that squirrel. Don't run away. It's gonna freak out. It's gonna run away. The more you're like in its face, like trying to show it what you have and how you're going to be nice to it and pet it and feed it, it's going to be like, what the heck is going on? It's going to be darting up that tree so fast you're barely going to see it. If you blink, you're going to miss it. So you have to treat it with that same energy, right? If you're just all coming in full force, like, let me love you, let me love you, let me love you, they're going to run away. They're going to run away, okay? And maybe some of you, like, you're not doing it in that way, but because Pisces is a very, and I don't mean sensitive in a negative way. I mean sensitive in the term or the way that intuitive people or people who are empaths are sensitive. In that way, they're sensitive. Even if you don't mean it that way, that might be how they're feeling it. Okay, they may be feeling it super hardcore, super intense. So you may want to try a little bit more patient, a little bit more of a gentle approach with this person. Okay? Otherwise, it's like that squirrel that you just want to feed it peanuts and pet it and take care of it and love it. But it's like that old cartoon, like the old Tiny Toons cartoon with, or was Animaniacs. with Elmira. I don't know if you guys remember Elmira with the animals. And I don't, Crosswatcher, I don't think you're Elmira, right? But I just mean like they might freak out, or they just might feel like, like just feel overwhelmed. So just keep it in mind, guys. I say this with love. Take it with a grain of salt. I'm not putting anybody down. I'm not insulting anyone. Hopefully some of you are like, yeah, I know I can be very passionate. Yeah, I can be very intense. And hopefully you can see the humor in it. But understand and know, I feel like this Pisces wants you, but they need more time. That's what it feels like to me. Okay, my darlings? So be sure to watch your love reading for September, because it might bring a few more pieces of the puzzle together for you, as well as the weekly forecasts, guys. Please don't forget the weekly forecasts. I know we get really involved with love, and I know love is a very important part of being human, but don't forget all the other important aspects of life. Every week I do a weekly forecast for your career, your spiritual development, your awakening, your emotional stuff and healing. And so just make sure you take advantage of that as well. I mean, the love readings are fun, the cross-watcher videos are fun, but every week I do a reading for the zodiac signs, because I don't want you guys to forget about yourselves. Don't forget about you in the process and the quest for love. Take care of you as well. So watch those. Thank you so much, guys. And if you want a private reading, click on the Calendly link. You can schedule a private reading with me there. Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, and I'm wishing you a fabulous September.